Life is not easy, but that's not the only truth that matters. In this context, it also happens to be true that it takes just as much effort to have a bad life, in which you don't get what you want, as it does to have a good life, where you do. So given the choice, why not go for the good life? Warren Buffett once put it, the most important thing to do when you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. Whenever someone tells me she is a procrastinator, I respond by asking them, did you eat this week? Of course, the person will always answer yes. The fact is, no one procrastinates all the time. What you may be is a selective procrastinator, which means that if something is important enough, like eating, you are perfectly capable of taking care of it right away. A latte a day keeps retirement away. In fact, studies show that less than 1% of Americans write down specific goals for themselves each year. That's a shame because writing down your goals is powerful. Money is not an end in itself. It is merely a tool to help us achieve some particular goal. If the way we handle our money conflicts with our personal values, we are not going to wind up living happy and fulfilled lives. It's hard to be depressed when you are excited about your future, and that's what dreams are made of. They make us believe that tomorrow is going to be better than today. Without values, goals rarely get accomplished. Values are the key. When you understand them correctly, they will pull you to your dreams, which is a lot better than having to push yourself. It's neither safe nor practical to assume that men in your life can be counted on to take care of your finances. In fact, what determines your wealth is not how much you make, but how much you keep of what you make. Albert Einstein once said that the most miraculous phenomenon he knew was the miracle of compound interest. Don't ever put your entire financial fate in someone else's hands. Social Security was never intended to be a retirement plan. At most, it was designed to provide an income supplement. A latte spurned is a fortune earned. Many people plunge into all sorts of detail about what they want to accomplish, what investment they should buy, and where they want to be, without first making sure they know where they stand now. When it comes to money, just having heard of something isn't enough. You've got to know what it means. Specificity transforms a vague dream into a concrete, achievable goal. If you can practically see, hear, feel and smell a goal, the chances are excellent that you'll not only know what's required to make it real, you'll actually do what's required to make it real. Remember, inspiration unused is merely entertainment. To get new results, you need to take new action. If you don't know where you're going, you might not like where you end up. There is no denying the lesson these numbers teach us. The future is going to be expensive. Love has nothing to do with money. It doesn't matter if you love your spouse or partner more than anything in the world. If the two of you have conflicting values about money and make financial decisions that fail to accommodate each other's feelings about the subject, you are going to have serious relationship problems. Your health doesn't just happen. It's not something that takes care of itself as you go through life. You can't leave your health in someone else's hands. And the same goes for your wealth. They are both completely in your hands. If your money is not helping you make your life better, then something is wrong. Chances are you're not making a connection between your values and the role it plays in your life. Smart couples talk about money all the time. The fact that most of us are not raised to talk about money is a real tragedy. Show me a couple who doesn't talk about money and plan their finance together, and I will show you a couple headed for financial trouble. If they're not already in it, when you work together on your finances, you can compound the results. Values are the key to living smart and finishing rich. The sooner you and your partner start putting your values first and stuff second, the sooner the two of you will start living a life that excites and empowers you both. The bottom line is that you and your partner are trading precious time in your life for this income. To me and hopefully to you, That makes it critically important to ensure that you don't waste what you earn, but rather that you manage it efficiently and intelligently. It's sad but true. Most people who just go with the flow wind up complaining about where they floated. They go around saying life is not fair. Well, I disagree. Life is totally fair. You get what you go for. Go for nothing and you get nothing. Go for something, and even if you miss your main goal, you might still achieve a lot of good stuff along the way. Most of us don't really think about how we spend our money, or if we do, we focus solely on the big items. At the same time, we ignore the small but steady expenses that drain our cash. Dreaming big is the key to happiness. Dreaming big is energizing. Dreaming big is fun. Can you remember a time in your life when you used to dream big? When you had things you wanted to accomplish and you weren't afraid to talk about them? Do you remember what it felt like to not have to be so responsible? Most successful long-term relationships share similar traits. Having worked closely with hundreds of couples, I've noticed over the years what the really strong ones have in common. They recognize the vital importance of patience and compromise. They possess common values and goals, but perhaps most striking of all, the really solid couple is the one who seem happier and most fulfilled. All seem to have dedicated their lives together to some